All right, so based on what you heard yesterday from the Supreme Court, obviously the questions that were asked, what's your gut feeling about what's going to happen here?
It's the same as it was before they even went to oral arguments. I think this is likely, it's more likely to be a unanimous decision in favor of Donald Trump than it is to be a 5-4 or even a 6-3. I think this is a really clear case. The questions and the comments from the justices, I think, highlighted that as well. So I fully expect a very resounding victory for Donald Trump, and I would not be surprised if it was a unanimous decision.
Yeah, I think those questions are what really kind of gave all of us pause, if you will, or gave us some insight into what the justices may be thinking. In fact, I want to play this clip from Justice Roberts, and then I'd like you to respond.
I would expect that a goodly number of states will say, whoever the Democratic candidate is, you're off the ballot, and others, for the Republican candidate, you're off the ballot. And it'll come down to just a handful of states that are going to decide the presidential election. That's a pretty daunting consequence.
Well, certainly, Your Honor, the fact that there are potential frivolous applications of a constitutional provision isn't a reason.
Well, no, hold on. I mean, you might think they're frivolous, but probably the people who are bringing them may not think they're frivolous. Insurrection is a broad term, and if there's some debate about it, I suppose that will go into the decision. And
insurrection against the Constitution is something extraordinary.
It seems to me you're avoiding the question, which is other states may have different views about what constitutes insurrection. And now you're saying, well, it's all right because somebody, presumably us, are going to decide, well, they said they thought that was an insurrection, but they were wrong. And maybe they thought it was right. And we'd have to develop rules for what constitutes an insurrection.
Christina, unfortunately, cameras aren't allowed inside the Supreme Court because, in my mind's eye, Justice Roberts was dressing that attorney down.
Absolutely, as were several others. And that attorney for Colorado actually clerked for Justice Gorsuch. And Justice Gorsuch was no kinder to him than Justice Roberts. He really got his you-know-what handed to him yesterday, rightfully so. I think he deserved it. And I think the opinion will highlight that fact.